Hola, estudiantes! Today we're going to be learning about a very special holiday or celebration in Latin American countries. It's called Three Kings Day, or better known as El Día de los Reyes. Comencemos! Let's begin! So, what is Three Kings Day? El Día de los Reyes. Let's begin with that. And in order to begin to learn about Three Kings Day, let's learn a little bit more about its history. But did you know that El Día de los Reyes is considered a very unique tradition? It is a religious holiday, but the vast majority of those that celebrate it are considered to be Catholic. Therefore, or a Christian faith. Therefore, it makes for a very important tradition. To Latin American culture, religion is a very important part of their heritage. So, therefore, when we learn about El Día de los Reyes, we're learning about their holiday season. El Día de los Reyes marks the end of the holiday season because for them it started on December 12th, el 12 de diciembre, and it's considered to be a long party that starts in December and it ends today. So let's begin in learning more about the history of the holiday. So, Three Kings Day, El Día de los Reyes Magos, celebrates a story from the Bible. Again, remember, it is a religious holiday, a very important tradition. So, when it starts when Jesus was born, a bright star appeared in the sky above Bethlehem. The three kings traveled from distant lands to bring gifts to the baby Jesus. And they arrived in Bethlehem on January 6, el día 6 de enero. So that is how the history of it begins. But who are these three kings? Now let's go a little bit more about the legend of the three kings, los Reyes Magos. During the time of the first Christmas, there were three wise men or kings. All three kings were looking for answers to help their people. They were coming from different parts of the world in the Eastern Europe, in Asia. So it goes like this. The first wise man was named Gaspar, and his kingdom was lacking generosity. So he brought the gift of frankincense, a sweet incense to represent the generosity of his people. The second wise man was Melchior. His kingdom was lacking faith. So he brought the gift of gold to represent the faith of his people. And the third wise man was named Balthasar, and his kingdom was lacking hope. And he brought the gift of myrrh, a fragrant perfume, to represent the hope of his people. So the legend continues in which, upon the arrival in Bethlehem, the three kings were led to a manger to stay for the night. And there they saw new baby Jesus, and all three realized that there was a new king and the answers to their people's problems. And each king kneels before the new baby, willingly gave their gifts. So why is so important? Well, it's important because Three Kings is important because unbelievers had recognized a new kind of king for the first time, la primera vez, which was faith, hope, and generosity, which are considered to be qualities of a good Christian everywhere. Now, how does all of this information take part of Three Kings Day? Well, this is where the fun begins. Now, Three Kings Day is celebrated, as we mentioned, on January 6th in Spain and other European countries in Latin America. So it's not just in Latin America, but also in Spain and European countries, muchachos. It is a wide world celebration. People celebrate with big parties, gifts for children, and in some places there is a parade. Now, in Madrid, here we're going to see a short video of the parade that they took place there every year. Let's watch this. Veamos. That looks like so much fun. Now, in Puerto Rico, they also celebrate Three Kings Day. It is a tradition that the three kings travel from the Orient on their camels, as you see here. They bring gifts to the children on this day. They have a very unique perspective of how to celebrate it. Let's learn more. So the night before Three Kings Day in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, children place shoes under their beds filled with grass and even hay for the camels of the three kings. So that's one unique part of their tradition. And when they wake up on January 6th, their shoes have been filled with gifts from the kings. And so the children, Puerto Rican children, look forward to January 6th because they receive gifts, and it's just the magic of camels coming to their home. So let's watch the interpretation of Lin-Manuel Miranda, a Latino who is the producer of the great Broadway show of Hamilton, and we've seen him as in Moana. So let's hear what he has to say from the Washington Post about his experience as a Puerto Rican child growing up of Three Kings Day.
Three Kings Day is really special for me. For Puerto Rican kids who grew up in New York, it's like this extra holiday. I don't know how aware you are of this tradition, but this is the way we celebrate it as a family. The day before, January 5th, I'd go out to the park near my house with my dad, and we would go collect grass and hay for the camels of the Three Kings. You get enough to fill a shoebox, and you put it next to your bed. Just like you would leave milk and cookies for Santa, we're leaving grass and hay for the camels to eat, because they've obviously come a very long way if they're coming to Upper Manhattan to bring you toys. And you go to sleep, and you wake up, and first of all, there's presents at the foot of your bed. Second of all, there's grass and hay all over your house. So your brain is filled with the mental images of, oh my goodness, there were camels in my house, and they traipsed up the stairs, and they ate the hay next to my bed. And it's this incredible Three Kings Day miracle. Now here's the thing. If you're growing up in New York, you gotta go to school that day. But you get to go to school with your new toys. I went to a school with not a lot of other Latino kids. It was me, Jillian Mojica, Jaman Martinez, and Pacho Velez. I still know all their names because there was only the four of us. And we had this like little secret. We had our secret little extra holiday. There are thousands of kids in Puerto Rico whose parents have been worrying about basic survival these past 3 months. I've partnered with Toys R Us, Telemundo, and Revolucion Latina to collect hopefully over 10,000 toys for kids this holiday season. So let's go above and beyond and be the Santa Claus and Three Kings they need this Christmas and Three Kings Day. Thanks again and happy holidays.
All right. Now,
Three Kings Day is really
let's
special.
go ahead and now explore more about this unique holiday in Mexico and Latin America. Now, in Spain, Argentina, Mexico, and Uruguay, the children traditionally receive presents from the Three Kings or Reyes Magos on the night of January 5th. Now, the eve of January 5th is called the Epiphany Eve, or morning of January 6th. And so sometimes Three Kings Day is also known as Epiphany Day. Now, children write letters to the kings asking for wishes and gifts for Three Kings Day. And this is another unique tradition that they send those letters into the sky attached to balloons. So let's go ahead and watch the short video of thousands of balloons, globos being released in the traditional Epiphany Day in Mexico. Look at all those balloons, muchachos. Oh, buffering.
Que haya amor, verdad, ecoamigables, son biodegradables. Es importante trabajar en la transformación también de nuestro medio ambiente, de esta gran delegación que es la delegación Iztapalapa. Esto es solo el inicio, señoras y señores, de esta más bien parece nieve. El delegado pensó en todo esta tarde, hasta aguanieve nos puso el día de hoy. ¡Qué barbaridad!
Muy bonito, la verdad, me gustó mucho, más que nada por los niños, que es una ilusión muy grande, muy padre. A mí me gustó.
No sé si ustedes pueden apreciarlo, nosotros desde aquí lo vemos, pero se está formando. Es una delegación compuesta por jóvenes también, que sin duda alguna...
Bueno, a mí me pareció genial porque en realidad es una gran experiencia para todos los niños y pues es así para que crean más y se inspiren.
Empezamos en 3 minutitos. Así que no se vayan.
Hundreds and thousands of people gather for this special event.
¡Aplauso para todos ustedes!
Okay, so another unique tradition that we have to be mentioned when talking about El Día de los Reyes Magos is with here and nearby in Mexico. During the celebrations in Mexico, there's the Rosca de Reyes, a traditional ring-shaped cake, and is enjoyed by the partygoers, those that come and celebrate this holiday. Now, what makes it very unique, muchachos, is that there's a small baby Jesus figurine that is hidden inside, and the person who receives the piece with the baby will host the Candelaria party on February 2nd. So different parties, different depending on the region of where you live or how you grew up with your own culture, traditions. Some, whoever gets the little baby figurine needs to buy tamales the next gathering, or has to pay for the rosca that the person purchased. So it all depends on the approach of each family. Now let's see how our very own community here in RGV and how our bakeries are preparing for Three Kings Day. Let's watch the short video.
With the pandemic still impacting businesses across the valley, one bakery in Mission counting on a Christian tradition, though, to help them recover.
Here's Channel 5's Christian Colon.
Three Kings Day celebrated on January 6, a Christian holiday that for many people in the valley involves eating roscas de reyes.
Inicio preparando la fruta con tiempo antes.
I start preparing the fruit around October, November, so it could be ready for the dough.
Para que esté lista para el momento que la vamos ya a poner en la masa.
Months later, manager Leonor Bejar for La Estación Bakery in Mission says they start setting up the dough, fruit fillings, and eventually the oven, a multi-step process they have been doing for more than 10 years.
Se extiende y se rellena y luego se le da la forma de esta.
We extend the dough, fill it, and make the crown shape. This symbolizes the three kings' crown who were on their way to meet baby Jesus. The fruit around is also part of the crown, the red and the green.
Es parte de la corona de los reyes, que es rojo, verde, rojo, verde, rojo, verde.
More than 1,000 roscas ready for sale, a treat for many to take home and hide the toys or baby Jesus inside to eventually have someone find it. But for La Estación, the hope is that it's also an economic boost.
Y esperamos con este tiempo de la rosca.
I hope we recover a little bit from all we lost. For sure, it could be going better for us.
Seguramente sí nos puede ir mejor.
Bejar says they were forced to adapt, add curbside, and luckily people are slowly gaining the confidence to come inside.
Estamos limitados.
We limit the people coming in. It's not 100%. Thank God we haven't been forced to close.
No hemos tenido que volver a cerrar.
Bejar says they will continue to learn from their challenges, adding they plan to close their 2020 earnings after this week's sales, hoping for a holiday miracle. Christian Colon, Channel 5 News.
How wonderful how we're using this great holiday in the midst of our challenges today. Now, in Spain, the rosca is known as a bolo rey. Now, in Spain, the ring-shaped cake is called bolo rey and also includes a broad bean in addition to the figurine. Now, whoever gets the figurine is crowned, and the person who gets the bean must pay the original purchaser of the cake the price of the cake. So it makes it so unique in how every part of the country that celebrates incorporates their very own little traditions to make it more fun and engaging, not only for the adults, but the kids as well. Now, let's go ahead and watch this very interesting video about El Día de los Reyes Magos between a mother and a son and incorporating this unique tradition.
¡Ay, Emanuel! Te traje una sorpresa. Dia de los Reyes Magos is one of the most magical nights for kids all across Latin America. Los Reyes Magos are our version of Santa Claus. They are the ones that brought presents to baby Jesus, and now every year they bring presents to us, human babies.
De verdad, en aquel tiempo era algo mágico, era una experiencia mágica, una emoción grande, porque era la única vez en tu vida que recibías un regalo.
You never got presents, not even on your birthday?
No, never. Pero para eso tampoco era así como que ya te los ganaste, ¿no? Tenías que trabajar día a día durante todo el año, porque siempre te decían, los Reyes Magos te están mirando.
Wow, and you only got one present, right?
One present. Y a veces nos tocaba compartir la patineta del patín del diablo con los 3 hermanitos. No se crean, yo nunca tuve una patineta del diablo. Primero, te tenías que ir a dormir bien temprano, porque si no te dormías temprano, los Reyes Magos iban a pasar de largo y no iban a llegar a tu casa. Así que, forzando los ojos, cerrar los ojos a dormir, y la emoción y el corazón acá bien fuerte. Ya me emocioné.
One of my favorite memories growing up from the Reyes Magos was going to Irapuato and then going to see the desfile. So it's a big parade where it's going down the street and they have the Reyes Magos on a horse, a camel, and an elephant. And then when we moved to the US, it was great because we have Santa Claus on December 25th, and then we had the Dia de Reyes on January 6th. So we got twice the presents. Although I wasn't too sure of the Reyes Magos because they never brought me exactly what I asked for.
A mí tampoco me trajeron nada. Digo, nada de lo que yo pedí. No te quejes.
I remember when I was in 3rd grade, mi maestra Marta, she told us that the Reyes Magos didn't exist.
Ay, sí, que yo me enojo de Marta, ¿verdad? Porque le dijiste, maestra Marta, les acabaste con emoción.
How old were you when you found out?
Yo creía en los Reyes Magos hasta que ya era bien grandota. Que ya tenía como 12 años. Y todo fue porque por andar de esculcona me metí al closet de los juguetes. Y yo, ¿qué hay aquí? Y entonces que mi mamá me metió una buena regañada. ¿Y qué crees? Que no nos trajeron regalos a los Reyes esa noche para andar de metiche.
So you didn't get any presents?
No, bien triste, pero esa noche no. En la entonces de la mañana cuando desperté y que vamos a los zapatos y que no había nada de regalos. Yo, ¿qué pasó? Se acabó la magia. Sí me dieron mi buena lección. ¡Ay, Emanuel!
Te traje una sorpresa.
¡Me traje una sorpresa!
We got the Rosca de Reyes here. It says it's an oval-shaped bread representing a crown with jewels.
Bueno, la Rosca de Reyes tiene una tradición. Dentro del pan vas a encontrar un baby Jesus. A la persona que le toque. ¡Ay, ya lo vi!
Wait, is the baby there?
A la persona que le toque el pedacito de rosca que traiga dentro del baby Jesus va a tener que hacer una cena el día de la Virgen de la Candelaria.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Oh, yeah. It's right here.
This is the baby.
Jesus is right here.
I'm just trying to make a video. Now I have to make tamales? This sucks. More than just a simple holiday, this day represents family unity and tradition.
Ah, yes. Oh, te quiero dar un abrazo. Mucho hecho. Feliz Día de Reyes.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Please let us know in the comments below how you celebrate Dia de los Reyes Magos, or if you celebrate another tradition. We want to hear your stories about Christmas and about presents and about family and traditions.
Very, very interesting. This reminds me of me growing up. So now that is what Three Kings Day is about. It is a holiday family unity, and traditions in El Día de los Reyes Magos. Will you be celebrating El Día de los Reyes Magos and buying a rosca de Reyes? I know my family and I will be. Adios, muchachos.